Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. And in today's video we're going to be looking at another Palette Crush of the Month update. And in case you don't know what that means, it's a project created by me and it essentially forces you to use one palette for the entire month. You don't have to use it just on its own, you can use it as like a companion palette, but every single time you do your makeup in a month, you have to incorporate that. And it's essentially a way for me to actually get uses out of my collection, know my collection, and also kind of force myself to be a little bit more creative with what I can do and not repeat the same things, because I personally am someone who doesn't like repeating looks. I don't mind repeating products, but I don't like repeating looks. So this kind of forces me to do different looks while using the same product all the time. And it's really fun and it's been amazing for the past, I don't know, this is my 4th update and it's been really fun. So that's kind of for the intro. I wear makeup every single day, so for me, depending on how many days are in a month, I have to add that many uses to the palette to make this a successful update. But obviously if you don't wear makeup every single day, just wear it, just use the palettes every day you do your makeup. And in case you are participating in this project, I would really appreciate if you could tag me and use a hashtag that will be down in the description, and I will pop it on the screen as well so that you know what to use in case you're gonna do this project on Instagram or somewhere else. But that's kind of for the intro. In case you're new here, hi, my name's Sasha. I love indie makeup, I love colorful makeup, I love eyeshadows, I love project planning of all sorts. There's gonna be project level up update soon. That's gonna be on 21st, I think, and on 25th usually I update my Pendos palette. So in case you want to be part of this, so in case you want to see my progress and you're not subscribed, I would really appreciate you subscribing. I'm currently trying to reach 1K, so it would be extra appreciated. And now, for the palette that I was working on in the past month, I decided to not use a eyeshadow palette, but a water liner, but a wet liner palette, or like water activated liner palette, because I wanted to play more with eyeliners and get a little bit more creative now that it's summer and I don't have to wake up to work, because I'm a teacher, so I currently am on my vacation or like holiday. And I've been working on this Liston and Lindt collab palette, which is beautiful. Mine, as I said, I've been using it every single day, so it looks like it. But I love this one. It is absolutely stunning, and it's all the colors that I love to wear in my liners. Today I'm using this blue and this white and this little cute. I didn't want it to do like super linery look because I'm also filming this look for something else, but it's still been really fun, and I've done a lot of really nice and like creative looks over the past month, and it's been so fun. Like I've found new liner placements and like designs that I want to incorporate in my looks, and you know, just new ways how to do my eyeliners in a way that's fun and creative but still quite easy to do. So I've been really enjoying that. My most used shade was this white, because I just love white eyeliners. But I was able to use every single one of them at least once. As I said, this one was the most used. Also this one, it's kind of light blue, like seafoamy. I've used that one a lot. I've used the yellow many times, and actually I've even used the pinky red a lot, which I was surprised because I don't normally wear these shades, but I actually reached for that like 4 or 5 times. So I'm very happy about this project, and I'm just super excited that this palette got some nice usage. And when it comes to the numbers, when I rolled this in, this palette had 17 uses, and for me a use of a palette means one look done with that palette. So whether I use it for the entire look or just as an accent, one look created with that palette is one use of that palette. And even if I would use like 3 palettes to create a look, I'm gonna add number of uses for all of those palettes, if that makes sense. So this one was used for 17 looks before I rolled it into this project. And right now it has 47 uses. So I used it 30 times in the past 30 days because June obviously has 30 days. And when it comes to the weight, I always weight my palettes at the beginning and at the end. So when we rolled it in, it had 240.2 grams, and now it has 240.9 grams. So it gained 0.7 grams. 0.7 grams. I don't know if my scale is weird. Actually, I use different scales because the one that I used a month ago, I don't have it here at my parents' house, so maybe they're just like different. But you know, scale is a scale, it should be the same. Yeah, so, or I don't know, maybe because obviously you use water to activate these, and I always just like spray a little bit of setting spray into these. And this packaging is it's kind of like spongy, it's cardboard. So maybe the fact that it's been sprayed over every single day for a month, maybe it just holds the moisture in the cardboard. And maybe that's the reason why it gained weight, because it's like, you know, it needs to dry down. Because obviously before that I would use it like once, twice, every couple weeks, so it wouldn't really hold any moisture. Maybe that's the reason. That's my like only explanation for this. But I've noticed a lot of my palettes keep gaining weight. Like I have so many palettes that I've hit pan on, and yet the weight is more than it was a month ago. So I don't know, maybe it's also like humidity, maybe it's more humid now. I don't know. I don't know how that works. But yeah, so this one gained weight. But I've used it so many times, and what I was actually surprised, a lot of the times I would use more than one shade. Obviously there were days where I had to be ready in like 20 minutes, so I would just do maybe like a little dot here or a little cute line, just like something that I don't have to think about. It's literally just like swoosh and gone, swoosh and done. But a lot of those days I was actually really creative, and that makes me very happy. So that's for this palette, and now we're gonna roll in a new palette. I always choose them myself because otherwise it would be really complicated to work on a random palette for my collection. And I always try to pick a palette that, if for whatever reason I can't use this palette on my eyes, I can still use it somewhere else. And that's usually for days when I'm reviewing new products, because obviously if I'm reviewing new palette, I'm not gonna be using something else with it on my eyes, because that just feels weird to me. So for days that I'm reviewing new palettes, I always pick palettes for this project that I can use either in my brows, as a blush, as a contour, as a highlighter, you know, something that it has multi-purpose, so that I can always use it in some capacity. I'm not trying to like just create looks with that palette, if that makes sense. I just wanna keep reaching for it, and the fact that I look at it every single day and I can and you know, and I see it every day, that already gives me an idea. That already gives me ideas of what I can do. So for the next 31 days, I'm gonna be working on a palette that I think is such a perfect summer palette, and I've used it a lot last summer, and since then I haven't touched it too much. I've touched it a little bit because it was in Pendo's eyeshadows project, but otherwise I haven't had a chance to really like play with it. And I would like to get more uses out of it, maybe hit some pans and just, you know, give it the love, because I've been kind of ignoring it for the past almost a year. And that's the Sorbetty palette by Glam Shop. This is such a pretty palette. It's very like retro inspired, and it's mostly shimmer palette. And most of these, I would say, like these two for sure, this one and this one, these can be used as a face highlighter as well. They're beautiful. They're very like wet looking, soft, not too like they don't really have a dark base. They have very almost like iridescent base, so you can really use them on your cheeks without any like trouble. And technically it has a brown shade, so I can use that in my brows. I currently have dyed my hair, so it's not really gonna fit with this, but my normal hair color technically fits with this. I don't know how long this hair dye will last because I combined a Arctic Fox semi-permanent color with conditioner and with Schwarzkopf like drops, you know, the blue drops. So I don't know how long that will last since it's a combination of different products. But still, technically, if I would mix these two, I can use it as a bronzer. Maybe if I mix these two, I can use it as an orange blush. And obviously I have a lot of highlighters, and a lot of these can be used also like inner corner highlight, under the brow highlight, all of these things. And I just want to get a little bit more uses out of this palette. It's such a beautiful one. It's so summery, it's so beautiful. And I just feel like it's such a great formula. I love these mattes, love these shimmers. So it's definitely gonna be a palette that I will be happy to reach for. So let me kind of show you a little bit more of a close-up of this palette. It is so pretty. And for the price, like this is such a great formula. I don't know how Glam Shop does this, but they have beautiful shimmers and a very nice matte formula. So this one, I currently used it 31 times, like for 31 looks, and it currently weighs 143.27 grams. So we'll see how far we're gonna get in the next month. I would love to see couple pans because like this shade, and this shade, they have such a huge dips in them. So I think I could even hit couple pans. And this is kind of like a softer formula with the shimmer, so I don't think it would be hard to hit a pan, and it would just be nice because I love it and I want the palettes that I genuinely love to look like I love them. So that's what we're going to be working on for the next month. I already have kind of planned out a couple other palettes that I'm going to mention in the next months. I don't fully know like the order and if I'm actually going to go for these palettes, but I already have kind of made a list for the end of the year, what I could kind of go through. The palettes that I don't really get to use all that much, or I haven't used them too much this year and I want to get to use them. And then also just palettes that I feel like would be very nice to incorporate in my daily looks, and they could be like a really nice companion palettes. And also this is like a really nice way to figure out what palettes maybe could be nice for me to travel with, or just, you know, have like staples of my collection, if that makes sense. So that's what we're going to be working on for the next month. Let me know if you've tried this project or if you want to try it in the future, and if theoretically you would ever be part of this project, what would be the first palette you would choose for this? Like, what palette you think in your collection could work for you for an entire month and you wouldn't get bored of it and you would still get a lot of options with that? Let me know down below. I would be really interested to see what your picks would be, because maybe I have those palettes and maybe I could incorporate them in the next month. So leave your suggestions down below. And with that, I hope you've had a wonderful day, and I'll be super happy to see you tomorrow with another video. Bye!